to get the animals in the forest to chant and dance. Parama Kuna Paudwijana Nityaya Gora Chandra Sabhavatara Sarashiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. That these two lords, Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya, they're the essence of all the incarnations. Because all the incarnations, they only have one purpose, is to bring everyone back to Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan. That's the only reason why Krishna comes. That's the only purpose of this creation. There's nothing else. And what are they asking? Bhaja, Bhaja, Vai, Chaitanya Nitai, Sudrida Vishvasakori. Just worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda with determination. As I said, people may be introduced to becoming religious, following the principles of mercy, austerity, truthfulness, and cleanliness. That's the beginning of religious life. But then above that is to act piously. Krita Punja Punja, service to Krishna. That's the only real pious activity. Everything else is sinful. If we're not serving Krishna, we're imitating Krishna. Vayam dvitiya biniveshatasyad isharapatasya viparyo smriti. Then our memory becomes perverted and we imagine ourselves as one of the lords of the material world. Maybe we're lording over a kingdom, maybe we're lording it over our home, maybe we're lording it over a cat in our house. But everyone is imitating Radha and Krishna. Someone maybe think they're Radha, someone else thinks they're Krishna, someone thinks they're Romeo, someone thinks they're Juliet, someone thinks they're Tarzan, someone thinks they're Jane, someone thinks they're Mickey Mouse, someone thinks they're Minnie Mouse. But everyone is imitating Radha and Krishna in this world. Therefore, pious activity means to perform devotional service to Krishna, follow Krishna's instructions. Then one can tolerate one's sinful activities, past sinful activities. One can pass the test of the spiritual master. As Prabhupada says, that blind following and absurd inquiries are condemned, that one should not only hear submissively, but one should get a clear understanding through submission, service, and inquiries. That one is inquiries and inquiries and submission constitute the proper combination for spiritual understanding. Unless there is submission and service, inquiries will not be effective. One should be able to pass the test of the spiritual master. And when the spiritual master sees the genuine desire of the disciple, he automatically blesses him with genuine spiritual understanding. So we have to pass the test. We have to tolerate our minds. The mind is always saying, well, why are you serving Krishna so much? Take a break. You deserve it. A little bit of Maya doesn't hurt. So one has to Udarad Atmanam Avasadayat Atmaiva Yatmano Bandura Atmaiva Ripur Atmana. A man must elevate himself by his own mind, not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. For one who has conquered the mind, it's the best of friends, and for one who has failed to do so, his very mind will be the greatest enemy. So our conquering the mind is to take shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda through the process of devotional service given to us by our acharyas. And if we don't understand that, if we don't accept it, even we may apparently be devotees, but we'll be sometimes in Maya and sometimes partially in consciousness of Krishna. So one has to tolerate sinful reactions and rise up to the platform of real devotional service. What is real nishta? What is real devotional service? It's one who's not attached to material enjoyment, and he's not detached from material enjoyment. He's simply interested in service to the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. Then one can rise to the pure knowledge of the personality of Godhead. Then one can actually feel Krishna's presence. One can actually feel Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, their mood of service to the mission of Krishna consciousness. One can actually feel, and it's ecstatic. It's full of happiness. It's full of real knowledge. Yomam sarvabhutastam atmanam sarvabhutanichatmani ikshete yoga yukta atma sarvatra samadarshana. That the true yogi observes me in all beings and sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized soul sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. And for one who can see me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost to him, nor is he ever lost to me. One who knows that I and the super soul dwelling in the hearts of all beings are the same, worships me and always remains in me in all circumstances. So Lord Nityananda is in our heart. He's telling us, he's directing us through his acharyas, through the scriptures, through the sadhus, gurus, sadhu and shastra. He's trying to inspire us to follow them. He's giving us the intelligence how to do it, the realization how to do it, in order to actually give Krishna consciousness appropriately to all living entities, to elevate us to the platform that we actually see Krishna everywhere in the hearts of all living entities. If not actually see, but at least theoretically. Kshetra kshetragya evam antara jnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye vidur yantite param. Kshetra kshetragya evam. One who knows that one who can see both the super soul and the soul, kshetra, in the kshetram, in this material energy, antaram, jnana chakshusha. The difference between the soul, the super soul, and the material energy, antaram means the difference. Jnana chakshush. So what is the spiritual master as a representative of Lord Nityananda? What is Lord Nityananda giving us? He's giving us jnana chakshush, seeing things properly through Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. The discrimination, how to understand things properly, how to act properly, how to feel properly, how to speak properly. So we come to this realization that there's nothing but Krishna, and Krishna is Krishna and Krishna's energies through the process of pure devotional service. Tad buddhiyas, tad atmanas, tad nishtas, tad parayanaha, gachantnyapana avritim, jnana-niduta kamashaha. One's faith, mind, refuge, intelligence are all fixed in the Supreme. Then one becomes cleansed of all misgivings through complete knowledge, and thus proceeds straight on the path of self-realization. And what does one see? Vidyavanaya sampane brahmani gavihastini shuni chaiva swapake cha pandita samadarshana. He sees everyone, all living entities. They're all Krishna's eternal servants. Krishna is in the heart of all living entities. And antara jnana chak bhuta prakriti moksham cha. The Bhuta, the living entities, Prakriti, the material nature, the liberation from it. Ye vidur. By this knowledge, Yevidur, Kshetra Kshetraya Evam, Antara Jnana Chakshusha, Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Cha, Yevidur Yantite Param. Then one can gradually approach the supreme destination. So this is the knowledge, how to deal with each other, how to deal with the innocent, how to deal with the non-devotees, and how to deal with Krishna. Practice according to the Jnana Chakshush given by Guru Sadhana Shastra and taking shelter of Lord Nityananda within our heart. His instructions, his example, his representatives' example, their instructions, so that we can approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. And by approaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, then by his mercy we can enter into the pastimes of Krishna and his devotees in Goloka Vrindavan. Otherwise, there's no other hope for ourselves or for anyone else in this age. As it is said in the Mahabharata, Tarka apratishta shudaya vibhina nasabri sharyasyana binam dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam mahajno yena katha sapanta. Everyone is arguing, just like this is the, at least in America, they have this big election cycle. Big for our tiny planet. As Prabhupada said when he was here during the election,